Welcome to Floating Nifty Podcast. I'm Shiuwen.
And I'm John. Hi.
Hi.
We're back.
I know, it's been like 4 months.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I'm rusty.
Kind of feel a little bit nervous.
I think so, actually.
Yeah,
it's like we haven't done this in a while, so we'll see.
Yeah. So this is supposed to be season 3. Whatever. So my goal, at least in this session, in session 3, is not to like give people brand new information, like more new information for people to digest. I'm all into take the old information and practice and get deeper with it. So my hope in this season 3 is to repeat a lot what we talk about. Structure, learn how to taste tea, but will not be the in season 2 like as you like to analyze it in a way. It will be from another angle to talk about the tea structure, for example, and then also we'll talk a little bit about tea brewing too, because these two just have to come side by side. But yeah, just look at it from a different angle, but it's basically the same information. I think that's very important to me. Of course, there will be new stuff too. 1 or 2 new stuff, because we go back to Taiwan, and so that's that new stuff too. And it's really exciting to share with them. Anyway, since today is episode 1, let's do something very simple.
Okay.
So in last season, tea, at least tea brewing, there are a lot of things we can practice, like techniques, skills, how to pour water in, temperature, how much temperature, etc., etc. A lot of things we can practice. And then tasting tea too, analyze structure, this, that, see if a tea is spreading or not, etc., etc. And all those, are a form of practice. However, in tea tasting and in tea brewing, there's one key component, that one key thing in tea tasting and tea brewing that it's almost not a skill, and yet it's like almost one of the most essential thing that a person should put on the table. What do you think that is?
I have no idea.
Just think of something. It's almost not a skill, and we talk about that too. But it got to be there. It will help. It doesn't have to be there. It will help tremendously.
On the tea brewer's side
on the
of
tea,
the table?
and the tea drinker too.
Not something physically on the table.
Oh, okay,
Sorry.
okay.
Yeah, I apologize for my English. Thank you, Noah. By the way, Noah, hi.
Yeah, Noah's here too. I don't know. Focus?
Are you gonna boss him?
No.
Yes, the person should be here.
Presentness.
Yes, that's right, presentness. And of course, later, so is it a practice? Can you practice it? Yes.
Yeah.
Because there will be a different mind, like presence, but what kind of mind are you here, right? But today, let's not even go that deep. Let's just review this and then look at the presence of a person in tea.
Cool.
Yeah, cool. And just that simple. You're like,
I
what?
passed the first question of the season.
Yeah. Because next episode, I have a question for you too.
Uh-oh. Thankfully, Noah doesn't have a mic, because I'm going to be getting buzzed sometimes this season.
The reason why I ask questions nowadays is like, I think there's a place when you learn stuff and you really like the person and you trust the person that you learn from, or the people, not just even one person, the people that you learn from. And you like what they say, you improve a lot. And so sometimes when they say something, you're like, oh, wow, that's amazing. So I'm going to practice that too. You kind of like no doubt about it. And then you just like, for example, cooking. I was, sorry, off the subject. I was watching cooking videos. There's some Chinese cooking masters that I just like accidentally found them on YouTube, and I follow their recipes. I watch them cooking and stuff, and I just like I'm like in love with those people. They're really like dedicated with cooking, culture and art and stuff. And one day they were like cooking daikon, like the radish that is this big, the white one. And daikon has a stinkiness inside that they smell. And they just say, oh, if you cook daikon and then there's, daikon have stinkiness, how to get rid of this? Put a small chunk of rock sugar. Just like that. And somehow that amazed me. I was like, how do you guys figure this one out? I mean, there are many different kind of sugar to begin with, or many different techniques and ingredients. Maybe there's a way to get rid of the stinkiness of daikon. And however they figure out that thing, it's amazing. I didn't doubt about it. So right now, when I cook daikon, I just put a small chunk of rock sugar. So that's one thing.
And it works.
It works.
It works, yeah.
I didn't think about it. And it works. However, in learning, there's also another way of learning stuff is that when a teacher tells you something, you have to think about it. What does that mean? How do I get there? I guess daikon is a little bit more direct. I just put it in there.
Yeah, it's not quite as simple with tea, but...
Well, that one is off subject. I don't know why I talk about this. I think in this season, I'm going to ask you a lot of questions.
Cool.
Because then you can think about it, Cool. So let's do a high mountain oolong.
Sweet. Yeah, I definitely copy you guys at home for sure. Without questioning, like kind of as you described, I try to match what you guys do. I kind of do it blindly and it works.
Yeah, and
So,
I copy
because I
my
trust you
teachers
guys,
too.
yeah.
I copy my teacher. But sometimes there are things that, he said that, well, it's really hard. How do I make that happen? And I think there's a place that you got to think, how do I use different techniques? What does that mean? Yeah. All right. Let's brew this tea. Shut up, Shiuwen. Okay. When you sip this cup of tea, just, use whatever you learn from here before, if the tea is going somewhere, and the overall feeling. How do you feel about this tea? It feel good, tastes good,
Okay.
bad, that kind of stuff, because today is the experimentation of presence. I guess more of my presence than your presence,
Yeah,
I guess.
Wow. This is going to be great because I brewed this in the tea shop
Was this
last
teapot?
week, 2 weeks ago with this teapot. So it'll be great to compare directly to what I did.
I didn't use a lot of tea leaves though, and I do a long brewing. Yeah, very minimum amount of tea leaves.
Well, it has a really big and pleasant aroma, scent.
Yeah, and then creaminess. It's spread out really nicely.
Yeah.
It's almost like opening. Yeah, inside of the whole of my head.
Yeah.
Kind of weird feeling.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I will say it's amazing how much more you can get out of this tea than what I did with packing it full of leaves.
Oh, you take it 4? Oh, yeah, those are also good. Today, only 4 grams. Yeah, so it doesn't even stand up to the top of the
Cool.
teapot. And then that's it.
Wow.
Yeah. Probably haven't, I should brew the second one because the first one really tasting good.
Yeah, that was great. I'm sad to see those leaves get.
We're going to drink it again.
Okay.
It's actually 4 grams too. The same tea. We'll do it again. Maybe just dump it off here.
Yeah, wow. You would always think more leaves is going to give you more of everything, but that was that just felt like it was just even kind of had carried a not like a bigger weight, but left more of a presence in my mouth and just in my throat. and just in my nose than when I did this last week or 2 weeks ago.
We'll touch on this tea again, and I'll try more leaves.
Cool.
Yeah, lately I've been brewing this tea with less leaves. I don't know. Oh, I know why, because I drink this tea mostly in the afternoon at about 4:30.
Gotcha.
Because that's when I do my second tea practice. In the morning at 11, I will do first tea practice, and I like heavier teas like charcoal roast dongting, for example. In fact, yeah, I've been brewing charcoal roast dongting for 2 weeks.
Nice.
Kind of want to challenge that tea again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so afternoon, I was actually doing Oriental Beauty for a week. And lately I was like, oh no, I want a lighter tea, so I've been brewing this tea. So I like it light. I brew it a little bit lighter. I'm gonna try it heavy. Like you pack it?
Yeah, I ended up getting pretty full in there. I wasn't necessarily familiar with how big the leaves were and how small the pot was, so I kind of just, eyeballed it, and it was pretty full, but.
And then we'll touch on that subject again, ratio. I mean, tea brewing people ask about temperature, which we'll touch on that subject, ratio and brewing time. Yeah, and today will be in combo of presence and brewing time.
Cool.
Yeah, and then we'll touch on the subject of tea brewing time again. Do you know why these 2 days are so hard?
Do I know why?
Huh?
No.
Oh, I thought
you mean the weather?
Yeah. I mean, like suddenly it's like.
Oh, I don't know.
So
it's just finally here.
Yeah.
It's like finally spring is here.
So for those who you are listening, kind of weird question, because I mean Seattle this year doesn't really have spring, do we? No. So it's like 40 degree and raining, and suddenly today 71. I'm not complaining. I love this. I chose one other end to complain about the weather, which is cold and damp and that kind of stuff. But when it's like 105, no problem. Me and Noah are the only 3 people on the street. I remember last year.
Yeah,
there was such a day. So I wonder what makes this happen, because it's gonna last 2 days only.
Oh really? I thought we were gonna just go. I thought we made it. You think it's gonna get rainy again?
I don't know.
It's amazing how my mood just improves.
Yeah, I know.
As soon as it's sunny, you go outside, you see that finally the leaves are green.
Yeah.
Finally, the trees are blooming, and it's you forget that there's this other level of joy that you can experience. People don't have to deal with that if they live in places with nice weather all the time, because they already have that. But we just go through 150 days of
150
sad weather. And then we get sad, and then we forget what it means to be happy for so long.
And then you came in, and we're like, oh, Seattle is great. Because I think it might be El Nino.
Pour out the tea!
Oh. Oh my god. Oh, that was scary.
Yes, sir.
Dang, tough crowd today. Really tough
one
crowd.
I think it's because El Nino or La Nina. I don't remember which one. The boy and the girl.
Oh yeah. Yeah, La Nina and La Nina.
La Nina and El
That's the
Nino.
girl. Yeah. And El Nino. Yeah.
But I don't know which one make which come.
I don't either. Yeah, I don't know anything about it.
I think our weather might be that. One of the babies. Affect.
We should turn this into a weather podcast.
No, do you know what I was doing? I was just trying to distract myself.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That's why I first started laughing, because it was like, oh, I should work on my acting. I actually have a dream. Sometimes I fantasize that I should become an actor.
Well, you got the podcast going. You at least have the YouTube videos going. Was Noah's when Noah just yelled at us? Was that part of the plan also, to shock you? How when you get rid of the hiccups, they say that if someone scares you.
No, I think he just tried to shout that loud. It's just to let me know, because to play fair, then 2 infusions at the same time.
Oh, he's timing us.
Yeah,
okay,
he secretly timed me.
I see. Gotcha.
I told him to. Oh, it also smells good.
It smells good.
Oh, but something changed.
I mean, I can see in the scent that it's not quite, like, it's not spreading quite as much.
Oh.
But it's still nice.
Try the texture.
Yeah.
Like more one-sided.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still a good tea.
No, it's still pretty, it's still
it's
good.
Still pretty yummy.
Yeah, but
like, remember I say, just capture the feeling of the tea. And then for me personally, first try, the tea just feels like, very soft and very big and expansion in a really light way, because this is a light tea. But right now it's like, it's kind of heavy actually. It feels a little bit heavy, more on the back, and not balanced as much, not as much opening.
Yeah, it tastes more like what I brew, what I brewed in here when I was.
Were you thinking about the weather?
It's possible. Yeah, because it wasn't just, like the shape is just a little less clear, and I'm not getting like, it's in certain, it's definitely like in those places, but kind of less like, less solidly there.
Yeah, because the first one I would say, even though it feels lighter, there's a beautiful essence. And this one is like, oh wow, it's stronger, but it doesn't feel that great. We have to practice and watch out for a lot of techniques to make our tea hopefully taste better and better at home. I mean, a lot of people come and tell me, they come and ask questions, and they say, hey, Shiuwen, I'm drinking tea for health reasons. They come in and ask questions because they want their tea to taste good at home, right? I think that's the goal. And then they want tea to do wonders. They want to maybe eventually get into the spirituality of tea and healthy and blah, blah, taste good. However, also a lot of times like people will tell me, but I don't have time. But I don't have time. And it's like, well, two opposite thing you want to reach. You don't have time, and you want your tea to taste pretty amazing at home, and you want tea to do wonders to you. I am not sure, just to be honest with you, John, which cup of tea will make me healthier. But man, I will vouch for cup number 1. I feel much like it just, there's a joy, there's a completion, there's an essence in the tea. And I think when we can receive that, almost there's a joy in tea when we can receive it. I think joy kind of will bring out happiness in us, which will correspond to, it will make us feel better, which correspond to, I think, healthier. It's not just a physical health, it's also emotional health. And today, I actually measure out the tea, and I was even thinking about what I want to distract myself with you. I was like really thinking about it today. I said, I really have to distract myself. And just to see we can play out this episode this way. And you can see that how mine, just a little bit presence and a little bit less presence here already impact our tea. So you want your tea to taste good? You want your tea to feel good? You want your tea to be healthy? Etc., etc. I would say, please be there with the tea. And it's not that long. How long?
2 minutes?
Oh, I brew it for 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, 2 minutes. And you say sometimes 5 minutes, no problem. 5 minutes, just stay there. Just like pour hot water in. Just stay there and try to talk to your tea if you want. If it help, so that's then that's the practice. Well, I don't know how to stay there. Well, do I talk to your tea then?
Could you talk to your tea about the weather? Would that help?
We should do an experiment on that.
That would be interesting.
There's a mind practice. So is practice being here? Because our mind go away. So a lot of times it's like I practice tea in the morning by myself. When Noah is not here, then I was very focused, water in, very focused, and that way, and then like suddenly my mind, I was thinking about something, and my mind went away, and then I was like, oh shoot, no, got to be here, and then I come back again, and then it got so it is a form of practice, but it's like do you practice the skill? It's more practice being here. Then there's a second form of practice with the presence is what kind of mind should be here. And then that will impact the tea. And then we'll do an experimentation on that. And that's it for episode 1.
Cool.
Easy, huh?
Yeah, that was a good one.
What? Be there for your tea if you want your tea to do something more back to you. If not, you want to be healthy, just take some pills. Take all the essence that I bet that right now they put in the pills. Or just, not matcha or whatever. Nowadays they have like concentrated tea powder stuff and just mix it and just drink it. Get all the goodness from the tea. However, I will still feel like that's very different. Be there for the food, for the drink, for the tea, for everything that you are doing. Try to. And you will see how much more your food, your tea, and your drinks will give back to you. Okay, I sound like a mother now, so it's time to go. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.